Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third episode of Rift Talk. I'm Atlas, and Worlds is coming up soon, so we'll be talking about that with my good friend Arctic and our special guest, Chisto.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming by the way.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell. But yeah, to give you guys a quick idea, Chisto is one of the coaches that is currently competing in the Piltover's final series, the Road to the Pro Gaming series. Mm-hmm. So it's really interesting, having a coach here because, especially with Worlds here right now, there's definitely a lot of opinions that I feel is going to be flying back and forth over the next discussion that we're about to have right now. So anyways, really interesting. First off, Worlds happening in China.
Yeah, China. That's definitely one of the strongest regions. We have one of the main regions we have in League of Legends, and it's definitely going to be interesting how everything's going to play out. There's 4 different locations where Worlds will be held in China, and I think it's going to be a great experience for all the players, both culture-wise, food-wise, as well as just in general being able to face off against the other best teams around the world.
Yeah, and speaking about all these different teams, what I really like about Worlds this time is the diversity of all these different teams. They recently expanded actually all the way to 24 teams right now. So how about you, Chisto? What can you say about that?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, competition's going to be fierce since it's the largest Worlds ever, and I think anybody can win.
True. I mean, it's interesting because a lot of the predictions that we've had thus far, like especially with fan favorites, let's say for example SKT.
Yeah.
I'm clearly a fan favorite, having won 3 champions. Well, not necessarily in a row, like Season 3, Season 5, Season 6, but now recently they have been a bit shaky. So I think like Chisto said, it's almost anybody's game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I think that I still don't think that the gap has closed between Korea and the other regions. However, because there's greater competition, greater diversity, I think everyone below that bar of Korea is actually a lot closer now. Even the wildcard regions are great contenders for victory.
And I think tournaments that we've seen in the past, I guess even to an extent Rift Rivals, sure, it's kind of a competition wherein it's more about the glory and the bragging rights. Still, with all these different regions facing off each other, like you did mention, it's definitely, I'd say it doesn't necessarily represent what their gameplay might be on a more serious level once you do enter Worlds, but I think it's a good showing of just how much the regions are kind of neck and neck right now. But in order for us to kind of check things out as to what teams will be entering Worlds, I think it would be great to give our audience actually a good rundown as to which teams did make it.
So for the play-ins, we have Group A, World Elite, 3rd seed from LPL, Gambit Gaming, and Lion Gaming. For Group B, we have Cloud9, 3rd seed from North America, Team 1 Esports from Brazil, and Direwolves from OPL. For Group C, we have Fnatic from Europe, Young Generations, the 2nd seed from GPL, Chaos Latin Gamers. For Group D, we have Hong Kong Attitude from LMS, Fenerbahce from Turkey, and Rampage from Japan.
So yeah, we have all those different teams coming in from the play-ins. Let's go ahead and review the teams that actually made the group stage. So Atlas, take it away.
So of course, for the group stages, these are the top teams from regions all over the world. Let's get into it. Group A consists of Edward Gaming, the 1st seed of the LPL, SK Telecom T1, the 2nd seed of the LCK, as well as HQ, the 2nd seed of the LMS. As for Group B, we've got Longzhu Gaming, the 1st seed of the LCK, Immortals, the 2nd seed of North American LCS, as well as Gigabyte Marines, the top team in the Garena Premier League. Next up is Group C. We've got G2, the 1st seed of the EU LCS, Samsung Galaxy, LCK's 3rd seed, as well as Royal Never Give Up, the LPL's 2nd seed. Lastly is Group D. We've got Flash Wolves from the LMS, they're the 1st seed. Misfits, the 2nd seed of the EU LCS, as well as TSM, the 1st seed of North America.
So there you have it, guys. A quick rundown as to what teams actually did make it to Worlds. What I'm actually interested in hearing about from you guys later on is kung anong teams yung tingin yung makapasok from play-ins into the groups. But bibigyan ko kayo ng opportunity later on para discuss yung thoughts niyo. But before we get into that, a fun fact actually, kung titingnan nyo kasi yung mga teams na pasok ng groups, it's yung mga major regions actually. Pero one team that clearly stands out the Gigabyte Marines. And some of you might be wondering kung ba't may direct in sila into the groups. It's actually because of their stellar performance during the mid-season invitational, having made it between the 5th and 6th place. So, which is why sila actually ang may spot into the groups as opposed to the other planes. So, not only that, we actually have 2 teams from Southeast Asia, Gigabyte Marines, and of course, as yung resulta ng GPL natin, Young Generation as the 2nd seed, which made it into the planes. But of course, we'll discuss the planes as well as the groups a little bit more as we go on during Rift Talk.